I don't know. It be little clips like you see how like me and him was talking, and then somebody else talked like in his crew. That's what get me up. Like that's
Tank is finally scheduled to return to the boxing ring on March 1st after a full year away from competition. His opponent, Lamont Roach, is hoping to establish himself by pulling off an upset. But even though many fans initially doubted the matchup, Roach is viewed by some as a serious threat who could surprise everyone on fight night.
Lamont is a good fighter. Like he ain't no slouch. Like I fought him in the amateurs, like, and it was a good bump. You know what I mean? I'm not saying this to promote a fight. Like Buddy can fight.
The road to this fight hasn't been easy. There have been several delays, and at one point Davis even announced that it was canceled, disappointing fans. Fortunately, things have been worked out, and both fighters are now getting ready for a big clash. Additionally, Davis has revealed that 2025 will be his final year in boxing, making this fight even more important. Lamont is a good fighter, like he ain't no slouch, like I fought him in an amateur like, and it was good bump. Despite things being back on track, tensions between Tank and Roach nearly erupted into a brawl before the fight was even officially scheduled. Security had to intervene to prevent the fight from getting out of control, adding to the already intense buildup. The two fighters have spoken to each other before the fight, demonstrating that they still have love for one another. When Davis wrote, "Fighting for my life," on X, many of his followers were perplexed and frightened about what he meant. Some conjectured that he was discussing personal issues. During the press conference for his fight, Davis acknowledged that boxing has been affecting his mental health. He talked about how tough the sport has become for him, and even mentioned wanting to step away for the sake of his family, although some believed he might have been referring to his focus and dedication to the fight. His most recent social media post appeared to confirm similar sentiments, leaving admirers to question whether something was amiss.
Yeah, I mean, but again, they pick and choose, so it is what it is. And again, the media like to hate him too, so I'm going to catch a lot of that backlash too. But I mean, it is what it is. I ain't really stunned that too much. I'm not worried about narratives. I'm worried about what I can do in the ring.
all right, brother.
Yes, but again, they pick and choose, so it's just the way it is. The media also likes to criticize him, so I'm going to get a lot of that backlash. But I'm not really that shocked, so I'm more concerned with what I can do in the ring than with the story. All right, brother. Davis has already alluded to difficulties outside of the ring, and it's evident that his comeback to boxing hasn't been easy, which adds to the alarming message. Davis posted another statement on social media. Fans were relieved to see him return to a determined mindset after 4 weeks away, which seemed to indicate that he was fully locked in and focused on his upcoming fight, allaying some of the concerns raised by his previous statement. It's unclear whether the first post was a fleeting moment of frustration or something deeper. Fans responded to Davis's comment in droves, with some actually concerned about what he meant.
Looking at Lamont the way that everybody else look at Lamont, like I know Lamont is a really good fighter. I'm not. This ain't no Frank Martin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's a real good fight.
I don't view Lamont the way other people do, as though I already know that L-Man is a fantastic fighter, but I'm not this way. This isn't Frank Martin. That is the only thing I will say. Yes, that's a great fight. One admirer commented that it sounded frightening, expressing the ambiguity of the post. Others offered encouragement to keep fighting, champion, while one user said in an attempt to cheer Davis up. Another admirer wrote, "Damn, that's cryptic," summarizing what many others were considering. Fans were left wondering what was happening because Davis's comments were unclear. Another just said, "Stay safe, champ," providing support no matter what. Davis was inspired to overcome all obstacles, whether they be mental or physical, by a fan who went one step further and commented, "Keep punching until you hit something, Gervonta."
The rematch clause, people, so get ready for 2 fights. But yes, and after I beat him the second time, I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up to 140 and fight Riot.
Prepare for 2 fights because there is a rematch clause. However, after defeating him the second time, I would probably ask the WBA to allow me to go up to 140 and fight R. Many of Davis's longtime supporters pointed out that he has overcome adversity in the past, and that this could just be another instance of him using social media in an unpredictable way, as he has done in the past. Regardless, the outpouring of support demonstrated how much Davis means to his fans. And now that the fight is official, all eyes will be on the 2 fighters. Davis remains one of the most dangerous punchers in boxing, recognized for his knockout power and quickness.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out.
I no longer desire a box because of this. I want to do therapy properly, but I feel like it will sap my inner fire. I want to give it everything I've got, but since Davis is a favorite to win and Roach is entering this fight with nothing to lose, underestimating him could be a mistake. Although Tank has repeatedly shown that he can end fights quickly if he connects cleanly, Crouch is a tough, dedicated fighter who has fought hard for this opportunity. If he can put pressure on Davis early, he might make things interesting.
I say 9th round.
What?
I say 9th round.
You said 9?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look. He looked at 9th.
I'm telling you, you saying you going down in a 9th?
One factor that might be involved is Davis's lengthy layoff. A year away from the ring can affect a fighter's sharpness, and Roach will likely try to take advantage of any rustiness. However, Davis has demonstrated in the past that he doesn't need many rounds to get into his rhythm. If he finds his timing early, he could remind everyone why he is one of the most feared fighters in the sport. Another thing to watch is Davis's mindset, given his recent remarks about boxing wearing him down. It might be a long night for Roach if Davis fights with the same ferocity and intensity that made him a champion. Fans will be watching to see if he still possesses these qualities.
Just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubts himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So I'm a show up.
When he talks about you not bringing your family, what goes through your mind when you hear him say that?
I ain't worried about it.
Since Davis plans to retire in 2025, every fight from now on will have extra significance. A loss to Roach would be a major setback, but a strong win could build momentum for even bigger fights in the future. There are already rumors about who Davis could face next if he wins. Some fans are hoping for a showdown with a top lightweight contender, or even a move up in weight. But first he has to take care of business on March 1st for Roach. Overall, I'm the whole package, even though I think he doubts himself sometimes. He has been outspoken about his belief that he can pull off the upset, and he appears to be embracing the underdog role. A victory over Davis would transform his career overnight and establish him as a genuine boxing star.
The fight, you know what I'm saying? Because Roach always, he come to fight. And I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about, oh, why Roach? Because he signed and took the fight, you know what I'm saying? And it's good for the community.
You see what I mean when I say that the wrestling fight is beneficial for the community, because Roach consistently shows up for fights. And I think it's a wonderful fight with everyone talking about why Roach signed and took the fight. Lamont Roach is well aware that few lightweight boxers can equal the threat that Gervonta Davis brings to the ring, but he doesn't seem to mind. In the lead-up to their eagerly awaited clash, Roach's nearly unwavering confidence in the face of one of the sport's most formidable knockout artists says a lot about his mindset. In actuality, this fight is more than just another opportunity for Roach to prove himself. It's a chance to demonstrate that he has the strength, skill, and willpower to overcome what many view as an insurmountable obstacle.
I think he actually took this fight for the naysayers and all this and all the people talking shit about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog, and he want to prove his skills against a dog. So I'm gonna show y'all what happens when two dogs get in the ring together.
Because he knows that I'm a dog and wants to demonstrate his abilities against the dog, I believe he actually took the fight. I'll show you what happens when two dogs enter the ring together. Gervonta Davis is a dangerous fighter who can end fights in the blink of an eye, and his record speaks for itself. The reputation Davis has earned through years of competing at the highest level, destroying opponent after opponent, and making it seem like a suicide mission for anyone who dares to step in front of him, is 30-0 with 28 knockouts, and every opponent he faces knows they're entering the ring with a ticking time bomb. However, Lamont Roach isn't intimidated. Instead, he spent endless hours in the gym honing every aspect of his game in preparation for March 1st.
It was so easy when he fought Frank Martin.
Frank Martin was inexperienced and nervous. You know, it is what it is. It's going to be a different fight when I'm in there. He's going to be a different fighter when he's fighting me.
Hey, what's your game plan?
Whoop his ass. I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds. But I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock his head off.
Why did he have such an easy time fighting Frank Martin? It's true that Frank Martin was anxious and inexperienced, and that the fight will be different when I'm in there. He will be a different fighter when he fights me. What's your game? Whooping his ass. No matter what, I'm always ready for 12 rounds, but I'm always searching for a knockout, and if I have the chance, I'll attempt to knock his head off. What gives me confidence, Roach? One thing that stands out is that he knows exactly what he's up against. He has no illusions about Davis's ferocity. He doesn't tend to downplay or ignore the facts. He's seen the fights and heard the talk.
Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is.
And he knows how quickly someone like Davis can end things. Despite this, he doesn't seem afraid. On the contrary, he seems to be inspired by the challenge. He's not just attempting to survive the fight. He's getting ready to take it to Davis in ways that will make the unbeaten champion uncomfortable, pushing not only his physical limits, but also his mental fortitude. It seems like the more difficult the assignment, the more driven Roach gets. No! I think Lamont Roach is a wonderful fighter, but he might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to put it mildly, a beast. Although he isn't known for his strength, he has been putting a lot of effort into making his punches more stringy. Although Roach lacks Davis's knockout skills, he thinks his strength will be sufficient to challenge the lightweight king. Hopefully, he has a chin. When questioned if he had any chance of halting Davis, Roach responded that it wasn't the arrogant pride of a man who doesn't understand the magnitude of the work at hand. No, it was a serene assurance of someone who thinks they can surpass expectations when it counts most. The way that Roach has accepted the idea of pushing Davis to the limit and has no illusion that Davis will give way under the force of a few strong blows is particularly indicative of his mindset. Although he is aware that Davis has survived vicious blows from opponents who are stronger than him, Roach is confident in his ability to keep working hard and applying pressure, even if Davis is able to withstand what he throws at him. The truth is that Davis hasn't yet encountered someone with Roach's mentality. He has faced knockout artists, yes, but none who have the same mindset as Roach. A fighter who isn't just depending on strength to prevail, but also on an unwavering will to overcome whatever Davis throws at him.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking on the what's the name? He was shaking on the
Thank everybody that played a part in it. My team, Roberto Diaz, Gary Jonas.
on my kids, he was shaking on this thing. On my